Hey everybody, it's Romania Black, and we are back with Attack on Titan Volume 3! Man, already it feels good to be back. Like I said last volume, I had taken some time off after reading Volume 1. I still needed to recover from Season 4 Part 2, and now I feel refreshed. It's good to be back, and I genuinely want to be back reading. I think reading the last volume really got me excited. I was like, oh yeah, we're seeing all these parallels, all these things that are similar. I was getting really excited. I'm like, yes, I am really looking forward to diving into this volume and see what we get. So that's really exciting. That's kind of stuff that I like. The fact that we're going to get that right off the bat. I'm like, yeah. So I'm excited to dive into Volume 3. I'm not really sure what we're going to get in terms of that, but I'm excited nonetheless. So I think we'll look at the table of contents here in a second. I'm pretty sure at this point, Eren has just come back. He's got now the Titan body, so I'm pretty sure. Honestly, it's been a good over a year and a half since I've watched Season 1. So it's been almost 2 years since I've watched Season 1. So a little bit fuzzy at this point. I know that we're going to meet Pixis at some point, and we haven't gotten to the part where Eren has the boulder. That's the climax of this arc with everything happening in Trost. So I am curious. I remember the cover is of the skeletal Titan, the one that's not complete, right? Which, funny that we had the non-complete Titan that Eren is, and then now we get to Season 4 Part 2, and it's the founder Titan, and it's insanity. So yeah, I did go back through a few comments that I had, but they honestly, I'm not going to talk about them yet, because some of the comments that I had from way back actually tie into volumes that we're going to get to in a couple weeks. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to wait and tackle those comments when we get to it, because then they'll be relevant. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, I really don't know what all we're going to expect. I hope you enjoyed the format of the last reaction. With everything, I don't want to show full image on image for this kind of thing. And plus, I've already seen the anime, so if there's something that stands out that's beautiful or noteworthy, I want to show it to you all. But we're not going to go page by page, just because one, I've already reacted to the anime, and two, I'm buying this work myself, so I'm supporting the official release the best that I can. So yay rah. But yeah, before we start, I want to give a special shout out to our philanthropy tier over on Discord. It is the third tier of Discord membership that I have on my channel. Basically, if you want to have access to the Discord, as well as voting in the polls, getting things a week early, and getting special shout outs in videos like these, as well as being the tiebreakers in polls, as we will have coming up very soon, then you can be part of the philanthropy tier. And so I want to give a special shout out to these individuals who help me do the things that I love and support me in ways that, normally I wouldn't be able to support myself. So I really am glad for all of the support and love that you give me and my ways of rambling and so on. So a special shout out to Edgar, to Nameless Monster, to Tyrone, to Anime Annie, to Shimoyama, to Kenny, to Arjo, to Truck, to Dana, as well as to Translucent Men and Be Happy. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And y'all don't have to support me, but you do. So you guys deserve a very special shout out and lots of kudos and thanks. So all of my love. But yes, I'm excited. It's going to be fun to go back. It felt like such simpler times, doesn't it? It feels like such simple times going back to this volume and seeing things as it was. It's like, wow, times they haven't changed. Or have they? So let's not waste any more time. We are going to dive in to Volume 3 of the Attack on Titan manga by Hajime Isayama. And we're going to do that here in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. I really like this cover. I will admit, I liked the alternate cover with Volume 2, but this one I do like the idea, because you have Armin looking up at the half-formed Titan, which is kind of cool because it relates to later on during the battle back at the beginning with Reiner and Bertolt. But then also you have Eren coming out the top in mysteriousness, but we don't know it's Eren, because we don't know this Titan form is of Eren. And then you have Mikasa grabbing onto the rib, a very Adam and Eve reference, and then she's tucked underneath it. She's kind of is at his heart, right? So maybe if Eren really does like Mikasa, he's not willing to admit, then maybe she is in his heart. She's literally in his heart. Literally in this cover. Okay. All right. Ooh, we get Levi's side story. Oh, I forgot that we got that in season 1 at this point. Yes. And then where's the left arm? Response, icon, and wound. Ooh. All right. Look at what a bright-eyed youngster Eren is there. Look at that. Longing for the world outside the wall, Eren aimed to join the Survey Corps. He was swallowed by a Titan, but was later discovered inside of a Titan. And then Mikasa, and then Grisha and Armin. I like that they're the ones that we're highlighting in this. Okay, and then we go back to here. Oh, wow. Okay, side story, Captain Levi. Over 100 years ago, the human race faced extinction due to the appearance of its natural enemy. Oh my gosh, and this like black-eyed child being all like looking like children of the corn. Oh, well, you know, yeah, that'd be why. That would be why. Oh my gosh, Isayama, that's so creepy. So creepy. It's just so... And there's like veins and stuff drawn on them and like the little shriveled bodies. Oh my god, Isayama. What the heck? Oh. The humans who somehow managed to survive constructed 3 immense walls, one inside the other, and they won 100 years of peace. And then it came to an end. Okay. And okay, we see Dina there. Yep. And so then wall, after the one wall was lost. However, at the same time, humanity awakened. Ooh, humanity awakening, right? That's great. I'm going to destroy every last one of those animals that's on this earth. And it's Eren saying he's going to destroy literally everyone. Every last one on the earth, huh? Funny how that works out. And then 5 years later, the Survey Corps, unafraid of the Titans, attempts to blaze a path beyond the wall. And then Commander Erwin. Wow, there's Erwin and Hanji in them. It's Captain Levi, the strongest soldier alive. Man, Eren being so excited to see Levi and Levi looking so over it is really funny. Really funny. Noisy brats! Levi calling them noisy brats. Oh my gosh. If only they knew what a clean freak you are, it'd burst their bubble. Oh, Hanji. Aw. And then Titan's territory. Their ready wits have improved the survival rate of the Survey Corps dramatically. But even now, when troops are sent into Titan territory, the casualty rate's over 30%. Like a third, yep. That's how much stronger Titans are than humans. And then we cut back here. Oh my god, Isayama, the Titan designs. They're so creepy because they're so unnatural, right? And the more unproportioned they are, the weirder it gets, right? Oh. The human race will be the survivors in the end. Oh, man. Oh, man. Just the stuff that's going to come back later. This is so crazy. And then Levi. Yep. Oh. Okay. And then Petra. Yay, Petra. And then Petra telling him we're all to go. And he'll clean up, right? You have such interesting faces. Oh, that one looks like Pan's Labyrinth where it's holding its eyes. It's so creepy. Oh, because it's got the knives in them. Ugh. Man, Levi. He's just going to town. And then, yeah, he talks about getting dirty, right? But then he sees the soldier. Oh. And then he grabs the hand. Yep, that was the moment that I knew I was going to love Levi's character. The moment he grabbed the guy, the moment he made such a big deal, they made such a big deal about him being a clean freak and that he had the blood on his hands. He was like, ew, it's Titan blood. But he grabs the hand of the soldier. Like, at that point, I was like, done. I love this character. I will eradicate the Titans. I love that him and Eren have such similar... What's interesting is that you have Levi in this moment saying he will eradicate the Titans, right? Like it's that will and it's emphasized. And with Eren, it's like, I will destroy every last one of them. It doesn't specifically say the Titans. It just says every last one of them on Earth. And it's like, ooh. Isayama chooses his words very carefully at this part of the story, which is so cool to see it play out later on. And what's also interesting is that Levi says, did he hear me out until the end? And Petra says, yes, I'm sure he heard you. And that's going to come back when Erwin dies. And Levi's wondering if he heard him until the end. Ah, damn. Damn. Okay. And then it's just 5 years ago. It's just like 5 years ago. Something's happening in town. They've broken through the wall. Okay. And then we have the whole thing with the public information available. After Wall Maria. Yep. Where's the left arm? Okay, yeah. And then we get to see inside of Eren. Oh my god. Granted, I would freak out too if I landed in a bucket of like bodily fluids and there's just random bodies floating around me. I would freak out as well. Oh my god. We train desperate, and we strategize desperately to beat them and stop them from taking any more from us. Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, the stomach, it's like stomach acid boiling them alive. Oh my god. The fact that person's body, was that in the anime where that person's just like, mommy, it's hot. Whoa. Oh my god. Our lives, when he sees his mom's taken. Our dreams, and it's Armin. Oh. Damn it. I won't give up. I'm going to destroy every last one of those animals that's on this earth with my own hands. Yep. So that's so interesting. That's so interesting because in this moment, I'll go back to that page before. In this moment, it's so fascinating that Isayama is laying the groundwork for Eren and what he does in season 4. He's laying the groundwork for it now. Like when he's saying we've trained desperately and we've strategized desperately, we aren't what we were 5 years ago. I mean, that's going to come back where Eren's like, he's so pressed for time. And he's like, but we've been in this situation before where we've been desperate and we've tried things. They didn't work. And the Titans still came back and they still took things from us. And our lives and our dreams were at stake. And I nearly lost them. And so when that happens again around Brave Volunteers around that time, it kind of does make more sense why Eren is so, I mean, I'm not saying I necessarily agree with Eren, but going back to this manga and seeing it all a second time and seeing that this groundwork was laid here and seeing the trauma Eren went through at this time when he was in the belly of the beast, literally, it makes sense why Eren was so desperate to move and go and with his plan, because he realized the last time he waited and nothing happened, he nearly died, right? But again, I love that you saw Levi in the pages before saying that he will eradicate the Titans. And here you have Eren saying, I will destroy every last one of those animals. Not just Titans, but animals. So meaning like when it comes back to being the people and humanity later on, it's great, right? Because when in Dawn of Humanity, he says, I'm going to destroy these animals. And it's like, it's the same parallel over again. I love it. I also love that the lens like narrows down like eye, like looking down from the stomach. And then the left arm regrows and breaks out. Ah, yeah. And Eren comes out of the Titan in Titan form. Crazy. Like that serum activates. And yeah, and then he fights the one Titan. Oh god. And you can see like the image of Eren and the face down low. It looks like the one of the founder that we'll see later on. Man, foreshadowing, y'all. Isayama may not have had the plan fully realized way back here, but the seeds were planted, literally. I'm going to destroy them, every last one of these animals that's on this earth. Oh my god, Eren. Oh, I want to kill more. Many more. I'll kill you all. Oh my God, that face. Now it hits even deeper because and Armin being the one to wake him up, being like, hey, for Armin to be the one to look at Eren and be like, hey, what? God, that's just like the whole I'll kill you all thing. It comes back in season 4. It comes back. And then that's a great double spread of all them standing there. And Armin's like, hey, buddy, old pal, you need to wake up because we are being targeted by this group and it's not great. And then there they are. Oh, God, Isayama, great landscape. Yep, and they're backed up against the corner. This is interesting that they're up against the corner. I don't feel like they were up against the corner like this in the anime. They were in front of the gates, but they weren't literally backed into a corner, right? And he's like, Eren, can you hear me? He said, I like that they were like, he said, I'll kill you all. Yeah, that's what he was talking about us. Oh my God. Yeah, they could hear him all. Great. Awesome. He wanted to devour us. And Eren's like, oh, well, shit. This is not good. And then why are they looking at me like that? Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. And we have this guy. This wonderful human being. And they're aiming the cannon at him. It's cool because Isayama's... What are you? Are you a man or a titan? Well, I like that Eren's answer is I don't understand the question because he's both. Because he's both, right? Is that what they think I am? It's like they're looking at a monster. I love it because he's both. Because they are all both. That's the funny thing. Do I look like a fool, you monster? Everyone saw it the moment you came out of the Titan's carcass. Oh. Walrose being breached by Titans of an unknown type like you. Aha! Okay. The armored Titan destroyed that destroyed Wall Maria could appear even now. You know what? Now that you're looking at that image of Reiner there as the armored Titan, it really does look a lot like Reiner, even the nose. So I wonder if anybody guessed it this early on. I wonder if anybody guessed it was Reiner this early based on like an image like that. I don't know. And I like, yeah. There we go. Oh, Rico. Rico's her name. She's like, they're clearly defiant. I love seeing her again. I've missed her. Meanwhile, Mikasa's like, my specialty is slicing off meat. I can display that talent at any time. So if there's anyone who'd like to experience firsthand, step up! Girl! Mikasa just being a badass in this. I love it. I love that Mikasa's just like, she's so stone cold, but she's just like, she's full of emotion in the manga like this. And I really like it. I like that you can feel the emotion radiating off of her. But it's like cold fury. Okay. And then, I like him saying that it'd be a great loss to the human race if Mikasa was hurt. She's like, I won't let Eren die. That's the only reason I need. And I like that Armin's like, let's talk to them. When people are faced with a situation they don't understand, it's easy for fear to take hold. Yeah, I like that even back then Armin was like, look, I am no psychologist, but I'm just saying this might be a thing. And then Eren, I'm the only one who doesn't think I'm a Titan. Oh, God. Yeah. What was it he said? I came out of a Titan's body. Oh, my arm grown back just like a Titan's. And he says I'm human. Yeah. No man can prove that he's not a devil. Oh, that's such a good line. Oh, I really like that translation. Nice. No man can prove he's not a devil. Yeah, because everybody can be either way, right? I just told him what I had hoped was true. Oh. And then Mikasa, I love that she's like trying to get away with him. And then Armin's trying to negotiate. And that's when he sees the basement key. Oh, and you can see Grisha's face looking straight ahead. Oh, yes! Oh, my because he can really see Eren. So that was planned way ahead. Oh, I love that. Oh, man. Yes. Okay. Never let this key out of your sight. And every time you look at it, remember that you have to go to the basement room. This injection will cause damage to your memory. And then, God, Grisha crying. Damn. You'll learn the truth and it will be a hard and merciless road. Well, Grisha, that was like the most understatement of the century, right? But you have to recapture Wall Maria and get to that room. The power I'm giving you will be useful then. Their memories will teach you how to use it. Oh my God! Ah! If you want to save Mikasa, Armin, and everyone else, you have to. Because that would motivate him, right? Because he cares about Mikasa and Armin the most. Oh my God. And then, yep. Control this power. And that's when he bites himself. And that's what causes it. The aspect of self-harm. Wow, that's great. Oh, I love the way you drew that. Man, the way that Isayama draws, like, the shock and terror on people's faces is so good. It's so great. Yes. I love that woman gasping, like it looks so real. And then it's just a clump. You can see it from the shadows. It's just a clump, a malformed thing. Oh my God. And then, yes! Oh, it's terrifying! The skull and everything. Oh, man. It looks a lot smaller in the manga, but Isayama, you were working with what you got. You only had limited space on the page, right? And then, the net where they're trapping. The net where they're harpooning. Yep, sticking to the harpoons. Oh, God, that's so gross. Okay. So there's Hannes up there. Okay. And then, yeah, it's weird that one guy looks kind of like Bertolt, but it's not, right? He's like, the 3 kids escaped with you 5 years ago. They're your trainees, and they're on the front lines. And Hannes saying they're safe and that they're tough kids. That's cool. Oh, each of them has something that'll help them survive. One possesses advanced level combat skills, Mikasa. One has a tenacious spirit, Eren. And one is whip smart, Armin. I'm sure they're all alive. Well, yes. Okay, so we're going back to Historia and all of them. Okay. And all of them together. Oh. And Ymir. I like that Ymir gets a lot of speaking time in this. Nice. John, don't tell me Mikasa was injured. Okay, and there we have Bertolt, Reiner, and Annie standing next to Jean, looking like they don't know what to do because they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on with Eren. That's great. That's fantastic because they don't understand which warrior he has. So they're trying to figure it out. Okay. And then Jean's having some doom and gloom. And then, yeah. And the one guy is freaking out, right? I forget what his name is. But he's freaking out, and Marco and Sasha are the ones that comfort him. Telling him to, like keep it together. Like, if Sasha and them can do it. I like that Marco's the one that's, like, keeping everybody, like, steady. Like, a true protagonist, right? And then there's cannon fire. Okay. And that's when Reiner's like, we gotta go... Reiner and Annie and Bertolt immediately take off to see what's going on because they're looking to see if it's Eren. Yes. Okay, I love it. And then, yeah, there's the really, like, the half-formed Titan, and everybody's freaking out. And then Eren's, like, stuck inside of it. Oh, man. Again, the way that Isayama draws Eren, there's times where it just, like, his eyes are, like, so zoomed in and widened that it's just, like, I can't wait to see the parallels of this later on when we're, like, back to season 4 part 2 because it's so cool because we know this is all going to come full circle and I love it. Yes. Yes. And then he sees that his hand healed where he bit himself. And that it's really, really hot. Okay. Eren protect. I like that because it's like, Eren protected us. That's all we need to know. And I love that Armin's like, what's going on? Eren's like, I don't know. Like, that's probably the funniest line. Eren's like, I don't know what's happening. We got to get away from this corpse, though. Okay. The basement room. The basement room of my house. My dad told me I'd understand everything if I went there. True. He's also the reason I'm like this. Whatever's in that room might explain what the Titans are, too. Oh, yeah. Why did he have to hide it? Oh, well, there's lots of reasons, right? Isn't that information for humanity's last hope? You open up that can of worms, right? Oh my gosh. Well, he's been dead the last 5 years, so that's where he's been. And he says, I'm gonna go away. Anywhere will do to find the basement and becoming a Titan one more time. Yep. And so he kind of goes through everything, explaining about the body. And Armin's thinking, is Eren a Titan? Or does he make a Titan appear and control it? I like that Armin's trying to like work through it and realize that Eren doesn't exactly know the answer. And then he starts to like bleed when he thinks about what he's going to become. When he thinks about using the Titan's ability to become something. And then Mika's like, your nose is bleeding. And it's screwing up your body. Yeah. And because, he won't have long to live once he becomes that, right? Okay. And I love that Armin and Mikasa in this moment are like, we're not leaving you. So again, this is setting up everything that's going to happen later during Savagery, during all of that, whenever Eren realizes he has to keep, whenever he's like, in order to get Mikasa and Armin away from him, for him to do the thing, he's going to have to insult them and like, he's going to have to make them hate him. Which they don't. They don't hate Eren. That's the thing. It backfires because they love him and they're just like, why are you being a baka? But at this moment, Armin and Mikasa are like, we're not letting you go. Right? And he keeps saying, I'm not your kid or your little brother. And I feel like Mikasa is going to eventually, in the story, because Eren keeps going back to that. He keeps going back to the fact that he's like, I'm not your kid or your little brother. And I feel like at some point, if Mikasa meets up with Eren again, she's missed her opportunity once. But I feel like if she meets up with him during part 3 of season 4, she's going to have to say, I know you're not my kid. I know you're not my brother, but I love you regardless. So that's why I'm sticking with you. And then Armin's thinking about like Eren and Mikasa taking care of him. I'm nothing but a coward. I feel like that's Armin's big story in all of this, is to work past the fear and shame that he has thinking that he's a coward and working to being, because Armin ends up being a leader, but it's working past that supposed cowardice and transforming it into something else. And those two rescued me from trouble so many times, but not once did I return the favor. What gives me the right to call them friends? How could I say I'm coming too? I'm not even sure I could keep up. After this, the 3 of us will probably never be together again. Ugh. That's so sad. Because, after they do keep together for a while, but as of season 4, part 2 ending, Eren's separated from them, and Armin and Mikasa are still together, but damn. And I love that Eren and Mikasa are bickering about what to do at this point. He's like, I said I had 2 ideas, didn't I? I like that Eren gets mad and he's very angry and like, I said I had 2 ideas. And so I told you the last resort I came up with to help with this decision. But I want Armin to make the final call. Ooh. Even I realize my plan isn't realistic. It'd be effective if I could use a Titan power strategically alongside the army. Armin, if you tell me you can convince the garrison I'm not a threat, I'll believe you and stay. But if you don't think you can do that, I'm going to follow through with my last resort. And he gives him 15 seconds to decide. I'll respect your opinion either way. Eren is the look on his face in these moments. It reminds me of Eren in season 4, where he's very absolute, like, this is the way it's gonna be. Except at this point in the story, he's giving Armin a choice. When it gets to savagery, he doesn't give him a choice anymore, right? Because he doesn't think that he doesn't think he can do the first option. He thinks he's gonna have to do the last resort. That's where Eren is at that moment. And he's like, why are you entrusting me with this decision? Because when things are messed up, you always figure out the right thing to do. I want to rely on that. Oh, and that face he makes. So again, we've spent like over, 24 hours talking about season 4, part 2. But that makes me wonder now if Eren still believes in the current timeline that when things are messed up, Armin figures out what is the right thing to do. Because I'm wondering at this point, way ahead in season 4, and I feel like season 4 part 2, where I'm at now, is what I'm going to keep referring back to, because all this is like circling back around, right? And so I'm wondering if at some point Eren was like, I don't know if what I'm doing is right or wrong. It's kind of like what he tells Falco. He's like, I don't know if where I'm going is going to lead me to salvation or to hell, but it's all I know how to do. So I'm just going to do what my instinct is telling me, because I don't have another choice at this point. And if I don't act, then I'm going to choose the path that gives me the least regret. Even, the least regret. Not to say that he doesn't regret it, but I'm wondering now if Eren was thinking, okay, I don't know if what I'm doing is right. So whatever I do, Armin is going to think up what is the right course of action and follow it. So I'm wondering if Armin shows back up in season 4, part 3, and meets up with Eren and is like, hey, dummy, this is not good. If that's going to get to Eren or what. If Eren was hoping Armin would come and steer him away or not. And I wonder if Armin's going to throw that back at him and say, you told me that when things are messed up, I'd know the right thing to do and that you relied on me. Well, now I'm telling you what you're doing is wrong. Are you going to believe me or not? I'm wondering if Armin's going to flip it onto Eren from this. That'd be a really cool parallel and full circle moment if Armin flips it back to Eren. He's like, you said I'd figure things out. They were messed up. I'm figuring things out. They're messed up. So now what do we do? That would be interesting, right? And he said, if you hadn't gone to Mr. Hannes, Mikasa and I would have been devoured by a Titan. If you have an idea, I have faith in it too. And Mikasa says that. So I love that Armin has convinced himself he was powerless and a burden. But these two didn't think of me that way. And I love how Eren looks at this point in the manga. How Eren and Mikasa look is like how they look in season 4. Like, Eren doesn't look like a little kid in this moment. He looks like he does in season 4. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. These two are putting their lives in my hands. They trust me more than anyone else in the world. And he's like, Armin. And he's like, I'm going to convince him. Man, God, that faith that Eren put in him. Okay. All right. And then that's when Armin goes up and stands in front of him. There's no need for proof. You said everyone saw him. He was fighting the Titans. The Titans saw him as prey just like us. I love it. I love that Reiner and Jean's face as Armin's defending Eren is so good. That's great. And then Armin's tries his best. He's given up thinking it all together. He's too scared to think. And I love when Armin looks back at Eren and Mikasa. And Mikasa looks ready to fight, and so does Eren. Like, Eren looks like he's not surprised that they're not willing to listen. And Armin's like, I vowed to dedicate my heart to the recovery of the human race. If my life ends while keeping that vow, I have no complaints. But if you combine his Titan power with our remaining force, we could recapture this town. And that's when Pixis shows up! Yes! Oh, I love it. Pixis looks so... He's such an old man there. I don't know why. He looks like a Shel Silverstein drawing. It's great. I love this. Man, as much as I like Pixis in that moment, I do admit that Wit made it look much more epic in the anime. I will admit that moment was perfect in the anime. It was so damn good. Okay. And so we have Trost and Shiganshina. Yep. And then Dot Pixis, the highest ranking commander in the Southern Territory, which includes Trost, invested with full authority to defend humanity's most important districts. Look at him. And then Icon. Okay. An inveterate eccentric. Yep. I wouldn't mind being eaten as long as it was by a stunningly beautiful lady titan. Oh my god. Okay, and then we have everybody in line there. And is Reiner one of them? Interesting. Okay. Eren looks so tired at that point. Like, he looks exhausted talking to Pixis. And Pixis files it away. Trainee Armin. And then I like the Armin's like, yes, I was both desperate and I believe that we could use Eren's power. And then we have the boulder. I love it. And I love when Dot like leans down to Eren saying, can you plug up the hole? Like, that close-up is so good. And Eren just like, yes, I'll do it. Like, he's like, okay, you're a real man. Well said. And I like that he just starts screaming down below, right? And, okay, Eren's the one thinking this. That the Titans aren't our only enemy. Wow, for Eren to be the first person in the story to say that is fascinating. Okay. Telling them they're going to be heroes. And then we have all the dissent and the madness down below. Everybody's chattering. And then Daz. It's Daz that's been freaking out. And Marco's been helping Daz. Okay. Yep. Marco's been trying to, like, get him to quit freaking out. Okay. And then we have the one guy that looks like Aragorn that was trying to make a scene. And Jean, and then Jean's trying to, like, get him to calm down. And that's when Pixis yells. Okay, so I really like this conversation in the anime. I wanted to go back to it. We're told that before the Titans took over the land, human beings were constantly murdering each other over tribal disputes and ideologies. Back then, someone supposedly said that if a powerful, non-human enemy appeared, humanity would probably unite and stop fighting itself. What's your opinion? I've never heard that legend, but I think it's pretty rosy. Frankly, it's dull. Even now, when that powerful enemy has driven us into a corner, I think we're far from united. Wow! And that's the irony of all ironies, isn't it? Isn't it? That Eren's like, well, these bad guys haven't been enough to get the entire world united together against it. I mean, it'd have to take, like, a really powerful enemy, you know, that, like, tried to commit a worldwide genocide. That might get everybody united against it. It's just so funny that Eren, like, tosses it to the side that it's not even a feasible idea. And then you have the situation at the end of season 4, part 2, where that is exactly what is happening, is that Eren becomes the one non-human powerful entity that unites the entire world against it. I mean, how about that, right? And then Pixis says, I believe if we don't all come together soon, continuing to fight might be too much for us. Yeah. He's like, we have to come together soon. Oh man, I love it. Okay. And Eren tells Hannes that Pixis... I love that Pixis has enough voice to get everyone's attention. Nice. Plug the hole of the broken gate. And Jean watching. Okay, Marco being like, how are we going to do that? Eren Yeager of the Training Corps. Oh, Reiner and Bertolt are like, what the fudge? Yes. He's able to purify the body of a Titan and control it. And Connie being like, what the hell? I like that Ymir's like, shut up, I want to hear this. Like, she wants to figure out what's going on. Good. Okay. And everybody's listening to the plan of using the boulder. Okay. And so then breaking into small groups and figuring out like the formation, what they're going to do. Nice. The plan is predicated on Eren carrying the rock to plug the hole. Okay. The thing about it is that in the anime, a lot of these characters, they all have distinct voice actors and they have a little bit more distinct features. In this, some of the characters, there's like 2 or 3 guys in the manga at this point that if Marco didn't have the freckles and if Bertolt wasn't attached to the hip to Reiner, I probably would get them confused with each other. So it's interesting. Like I said in last volume, I'm excited to see Isayama's work develop as we go. I think that's going to be interesting. And then lift up that enormous stone. Is that even possible? Can humans finally control the Titans? And they're like, it's a... And then Daz is the one saying it's a lie. Man. And what's interesting here is that Jean hears all of this. Jean hears all of this dissent, all of the gossip, all of the people like questioning and not thinking it's possible. Jean hears everything. So Jean kind of being our everyman to hear the views of everyone and be able to bounce off of them later. That's interesting. Okay. And then Pixis. I love that he's like, if you've given in to your fear of the Titans, you'll never be able to stand against them. Anybody who succumbed to the terror should leave here. And anyone who wants their parents, siblings, and loved ones to feel that same terror for themselves should leave as well. Like, if you go now, you're just dooming your entire families. Or you stay and you try to make it to where that won't happen. And then the one guy that was going to walk away, he ends up coming back because he doesn't want his daughter. And so he was the one whose daughter is like Luisa, who ends up being the one that Mikasa saves, right? We get that little flashback to show that it's her. Man, my daughter is my last hope. Funny how that works out, right? Okay. And so Eren in this moment, I think it's interesting that he doesn't understand fully if he's going to be strong enough to do the mission, but he understands his role, which is hilarious now because from like Levi's squad dying on, I feel like Eren is not accepting of the role anymore. He's actively trying to be his own person. So it's funny that this is like a rare moment where he's trying to be part of the system, right? I may be an imposter, but I have to succeed. Oh, that's funny. And we see Daz and we see Sasha. I have to become everyone's hope. I love that becoming everyone's hope, he's being an imposter. Because he's actually the doom of everyone. That's insane. All right. And then Pixis is like, time for a history lesson. We're going to talk about what happened 4 years ago. Nice. All right. And then they talk about the fall of Volmaria and about the breach. If Rose is breached, it won't be enough to sacrifice 20% of the population. Behind our final barrier, Sheena, we can't only afford to feed half the world's surviving human beings. It won't because... If we die out, it's not because of the Titans, but because we annihilated each other. We cannot die inside another wall. And what's interesting is that when the walls were constructed, it's almost like Fritz actively knew the infrastructure and what would end up happening. It literally was designed to be like a mousetrap, that when the walls kept closing in, it would just herd people closer and closer together until they just smothered themselves. That's so twisted, right? So messed up. All right, and then we have everybody taking off. Okay. And so Eren's being counted on. Being depended upon. All right, and yeah, humanity hasn't defeated the Titans even once, but here we go. The times they are changing, right? I like that they show them flying through the air. This was such a great part of the anime, of them flying through this boulder being like this big deal. but it will mean we finally managed an attack on the Titans. Roll credits. Roll credits, y'all. Attack on Titan. Oh my god. And then, yeah. And then Eren landing. Collateral damage? What collateral damage? And showing up. Okay. But then, yeah, here's the whole deal. Eren goes to get the rock, but then he looks back and sees Mikasa and aims for her. Uh-huh. Yeah, no. That he aims to try to smash her. And then episode 13, wound. Okay, and there they have them cornered. Oh my gosh, like one guy's lost his arm. Ugh. No. Okay. Human race is on the brink of extinction. To give humanity a chance to survive, I'm willing to become a butcher. Ooh, yep. And then, yeah, Mikasa, like, jumping out of the way. I'm glad we've not ended it here. Okay. I like just the idea of Mikasa taking on Eren in Titan form. Like we take for granted this now, but, like, she's fought him head on, right? When he was just, like, a 15-meter Titan. What the heck? Or maybe he's just a 7-meter there. And then she jumps up to his face. Now, at this point, this is interesting. Because Mikasa jumps on Eren's face and looks at him, right? And she says, "Don't you know me? It's Mikasa, your family." Which is the exact same struggle she faces during Dawn of Humanity, where he asks, "What are you to me?" And she's like, "Well, we're family." Like a damn Olive Garden commercial, right? So that's so fascinating that even way back here in Volume 3, Mikasa is struggling to determine what she views Eren as. And the answer is she loves Eren as a friend or more, but she just can't say that, so she says family, right? Okay. And then, man, Rico being doubtful of him. Okay. And then he lands up against the rock. And then everybody just calls him, like, just another stupid Titan. And Ian, there we go, that's what his name was, Ian. He, like, wants him to pull out, and Mikasa's like, no. Okay. And then everybody's asking if it was all a waste. And Pixis is like, no, we're not giving up on them. He's giving, like, every other reason why they should keep going. And then Armin being like, what happened? Okay, I forget that Armin was, like, on the other side of the wall, and he had to go over there. Yep. I forget about that. And then meanwhile, we have the others arguing about what to do. And I love that they're like, we can't leave Eren unprotected. I like that they stand up for him, right? Because they're like, Eren is the whole reason we're here. We can't abandon him. And Rico was ready to abandon him. She was ready to go home. And Ian's like, no, how are we going to beat the Titans otherwise? I forgot how much Ian stood up for Eren. I forgot about that. And I forgot about how much Rico was like, no, we shouldn't stay here. Interesting. I don't know what he is either, but we have to give our lives to him with as much bravery as we can muster. So that's interesting. It's interesting that at this point in the story, Eren's like, he's attacking them. And Ian has faith that there's a reason behind it and that we shouldn't abandon him. Right? Which is kind of like where we end up being with at the end of season 4, part 2. Everybody's like, we're not abandoning Eren, but we need to talk to him. We have to get to him in order to do that. Okay. And then Rico's like, fine. We'll go along with it. She's like, I refuse to die a dog's death. Which we don't even know what happened to Rico. We're like, where has she been this whole time? What has happened with her? And then I like that, okay, there's no need to thank me. I was scared stiff because I didn't know what you were about to do. It's like, since you're doing it to protect your boyfriend. And that's what she says, we're family. And he's already left, right? Yeah, it's like, girl, you, like, just say that you like him. Don't say that you're just family. But then, yeah, everything's growing back. Why aren't they regenerating? Is it because of last time? Okay. Meanwhile, Eren's stuck there, like attached to the Titan. That's a really good shot. And then he sees his mom and Grisha and Mikasa there in the cabin at his home. Oh, I wanted to see this part in the manga that Armin, whenever he stumbles upon Eren, asking him what he's doing. Oh my gosh. And there's like the Titan that's head stuck in the side of the building. That's crazy. More Titans are coming through the gate. Oh my gosh, that one looks like The Shining. It looks like Jack Nicholson, right? And Mikasa's attacking the Titans while Armin goes to try to wake Eren up. Eren can't control the Titan. What about the mission? Ooh. Strike it from the back of the nape. 1 meter lengthwise, 10 centimeters across. I'm going to get Eren out of here. Oh my god. And then I love that he just like sticks it in. Oh, that's great. Okay. As long as I avoid the middle. Oh, I love it. It's just gonna hurt. Oh, love it. Yes. And it wakes him up. Oh, that shot's so good. Oh, Isayama. Look at that. Just, oh, that illustration is beautiful. That may be my favorite of the whole volume. Look at that. Look at it. Oh, yes. And then that wakes him up. Okay, and he's just holding on. Eren, can you hear me? Wake up. We're all gonna die. Don't die in that Titan body. Come out of that pile of meat. Oh my god. Okay. The bastards that killed your mother. I love the beating on the window part. Yes. My mom's right there. Oh, that's where they're going to end it? No. No. Come on. You're kidding. No. Oh, no. Damn it. Oh. The Raging Cooking Battle arc. Is this from the OVA? Is this from the OVA? This soup, all that's left are onions. The human race is desperate to cook high-calorie meat dishes. You rich bastard, let us eat meat. The only thing we can do now is steal. Oh my god, Sasha. Okay, oh, I want to see the... Oh, we have the preview. Oh, nice. Okay, good. We have a preview. We're going to go ahead and read the preview. Yes. Okay, everything's going to end here. What are you talking... I still have no idea what you're talking about. Why go outside? Why bother joining the Survey Corps? Eren. Someday we're going to go outside and explore the world, aren't we? Far, far past the wall and see the burning water, the land of ice and the plains of sand. I thought you'd forgotten, but you really stopped talking to me about this because you didn't want me going to join the Survey Corps. Isn't that right? The outside world. Oh, why would you end it there? Oh, damn it. No! No! What? Dang it. Well, fudge. Fudge muffin. Oh, man. Okay. Dang it. Dang it. That is tragic, y'all. So tragic. Yeah, here's the thing. This is so much fun so far because it's literally going through the series and reliving these parts. And what's so cool about it is that Isayama, he plans so much of this out from the beginning. From the start, like the moment of Grisha looking ahead with the basement key and that being drawn where he looks so distraught and you don't really think about it, but once you know, you can't look at that image ever again the same way, right? Just the same of Eren and his expressions. What I like so far about the manga is that Eren, I feel like in the anime, it is a jump of how Eren looks from seasons 1 through 3 to 4. I feel like it's a big jump. And it almost feels like Eren feels like a totally different person. he kind of is, you know, post-basement, but animation-wise and art-wise, he feels like a totally different person. And the funny thing is here, he doesn't. I like that Isayama draws Eren in a way in this manga. Like there's softer expressions. Like Eren in the anime for season 1 kind of, I feel, had like shonen protagonist syndrome, where he kind of looked like what you would expect a shonen protagonist to look like, and it's like, okay. But what's cool about it is that when you finally, you know, in the manga, in this volume, he has these like more somber expressions. He's angrier, he's fiercer, he's more serious. And it reads more like Eren in season 4, so that it doesn't feel like a complete 180, kind of like how the anime at times does. Like, it feels like a natural, no, Eren's always been like this. We just are seeing it from the manga perspective. He's always kind of had this air about him, even when he's being optimistic. His attitude in this volume and the way his expressions match his words feel more like season 4 Eren. It doesn't feel like such a jarring jump looking at him here this way. So I really like that. I really appreciate that. Mikasa, I feel, is more fleshed out. Armin feels as fleshed out as he is in the anime, but I feel like Armin's been that way. But man, that's so good. And I like that Isayama, you can kind of see, you can see the art style and those expressions sort of developing. When Isayama has time and really puts it into that, like the image where Armin's sword cuts through Eren's arm. Oh, and again, I wonder if when we get to part 3 of season 4, I'm just theorizing, I wonder if there's going to be a moment where Armin takes the sword and puts it into Eren, and it goes through his arm again and gets his attention. I wonder if we're going to do that. If that's going to be a parallel. If it is, I'm going to just be like, oh my God, right? I feel like that's going to be amazing. So yeah. I feel like that's going to be an amazing moment when that happens. Yep. So, oh my gosh. I really like this volume. I want to go through and just talk with y'all real briefly, since we've gone through the volume at length, but just get some of those shots that are my favorites. That one of Eren with the knife is pretty good. Again, I like that we see in the background Bertolt and Reiner and Annie kind of just, they're more in the background in this volume for sure. And I feel like that's very intentional. I feel like they were kind of front and center in the last volume. And in this one, ever since Eren has been discovered to be a Titan, it's just Annie and Reiner Bertolt kind of just fade to the back. Like, we need to forget about them right now. They're not important. We need to forget about them so we can focus on Eren and Mikasa and Armin. But then later on, when we come back to the events of what's happening right now and we see Marco's death, when we get to that point, I like that it's going to be something that's always been there, but we just were too busy focusing on Eren trying to move the boulder than what was actually happening. I like that it's going to fill in the gaps later on. Right? When is the last time we see Marco? I wonder if we actually get that in this. When is the last time we see Marco? We see them all running to plug up the hole. We see the wall and them getting a choice and then making the choice to stay. We see Daz. The last time we see Marco at this point is he's cheering up Daz and trying to like rally him together. Interesting. And then Eren deciding to be the hope of humanity. Fun times. So yeah, just so interesting. I love that we got Pixis this one. I love Pixis. I simped hardcore for Pixis right from the start. So this was just a great time. But yeah, some of the expressions Eren gives throughout this, they seem very much like how he is later on. And even his like murder face, we get like a little preview of it, right? But oh man. And then I also like Eren holding Armin's hand at this point in the story. Like him holding his hand. It's so good, right? That's so sweet. Him like holding Armin's hand. I'm like, you guys. I want to get a photo of it. But yeah, what I like that the manga is reminding us about is just that established friendship that they all have, right? That established friendship. It's just, God, it's good. I'll go back to that. All right. But yeah, this is just a really solid, good series, right? Get a photo of that one of them all together. Yeah, the manga so far I've really enjoyed. I like that we got a lot of Armin focus in this volume and kind of just showing how Mikasa and Eren defended him and how he thought he was a coward this entire time. But it's like, but Eren always had faith in him. And there's all this tension between Mikasa and Eren from the start, but it's like they just need to like admit that they love each other and just, admit they love each other and just go with it, right? But yeah, Eren's like big giant eyes and like scary face. Like Eren's always been freaking out from the beginning. From the beginning, he's been in freak out mode and we're just now seeing it. Oh my God. Y'all, I've really enjoyed volume 3. It's great. I don't think I'm going to wait very long before recording volume 4 because next volume is the boulder. It's the boulder. It's Eren plugging the hole. It's all of that. It's the end of that. It's gearing up for it's gearing up for the trial. Oh my God, for Levi kicking Eren's face in. We got that to look forward to. Oh man. Volume 4 is going to be a lot of fun. A lot of fun indeed. I'm really excited, y'all. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I hope you all are too. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this review and discussion of volume 3 of the Attack on Titan manga. I'm curious to know your thoughts about this volume below, but please no spoilers. We'll get to part 3 when we get to it. We'll get to the rest of the manga as we get to it. So in the meantime, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please stay safe, take care, and yeah, I'll be back very soon with volume 4 of the Attack on Titan manga. Bye.